I'm Kansas City. We're workers too. And also, people welcome you into their home. And that doesn't happen everywhere. This is a very, very good market. Good news. You want to hear the good news? Yep. You're on the upswing. Woohoo! I love an upswing. And I said, I'm thinking about, what am I going to train on up here? I love coming here because the enthusiasm, the love for each other in this room is amazing. And I don't find it everywhere I go. But you guys take care of each other. And that's part of being in this business. Well, it's really the truth. Andy Horner, when he picks a place to go, he always picks Minnesota. Did you know that? He really does, because he's watched this area grow from one jeweler, bigger, 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 and the momentum is here, and it's so much fun to see. And the spring is here too. So I'm thinking, man, watch out. Now, I came tonight to share some scoop with you. I love the scoop. Scoop! Okay, we got a big retired list. That's not scoop. But guess what? Do not be dismayed. We need to get our catalog smaller. Do you agree?
Yes.
Now, I'm guessing that it's going smaller, and I'm praying that it is, because we've never had a list this long, and I'm glad we have it. Take your jewelry. If you've got retired jewelry, this is what I suggest you do. Mark it all with a pink highlighter or an orange highlighter, and keep showing it at your shows. Don't tell anybody it's retired or it's going out of the line. Just tell them, hey, tonight, if you see a piece that's highlighted in this color, you can take it home with you tonight. You're able to take those home with you tonight. And then make sure your hostess gets credit for whatever sells at the show, but let them take it home, and then you keep that money so that you can buy the new line. And how do you do that? Some of you, this is kind of more for seasoned jewelers. If you're new, you don't have hardly anything retired. If you're a guest here tonight, everything that comes in your new kit, nothing will be retired. And this is the best time to sponsor for that reason. Think about it. You bring a new person into this business right now, their whole kit, the whole kit is going to be in the new catalog that comes out in July. And they've got the retired list, so everything they pick free from their training show and from Quick Start will also be in the new line. And so that's really good. I just don't know if you thought about that, but I did. So here's the scoop that I was going to tell you. I heard a little birdie tell me, I'm not going to say who because I think I'm being recorded. I heard that the new line is going to be phenomenal, and it's going to be the kind of catalog that you're going to want to sit down with coffee with your girlfriend and just go through it. Now, this is what happened to me. When that new stuff came out, you know, for the Queen's Tea, okay, you know, I'm not as hip as I used to be. I'll admit it. I'm like, I don't know. But I happened to be, my daughter was trying on her bridesmaid's dresses. She has 9 bridesmaids, and I was there at the shop where they're going to buy their bridesmaids' dresses with 9 gals that are hip. And we get that thing, and they went nuts for it. And she's picked up these charcoal gray bridesmaids' dresses, and guess what jewelry they're going to wear with it? The new green piece. Yeah, in November. And I was like, really? Oh, great. Yahoo! I'm telling you, I don't know if you know this. A lot of you haven't been down to Premier Manufacturing, but there have been some changes there. We have a design team now. So how the jewelry used to be picked is Joan had a committee that came in, and the manufacturers would show all the jewelry and they'd pick it out. It's a little bit different now because we have actual young, cute, very hip designers that are on staff at Premier Manufacturing. And Gretchen is one of them, Meredith is another one of them, and these gals have graduated from jewelry design schools. They've worked for Ralph Lauren, Monet, they've worked for some top design houses, and now Premier has them, and they work for Premier. This design team is who is creating the new line and developing the new line and picking what's going in the new line. When you go down to the manufacturing plant, it is fascinating because they have like a, oh, I don't know what you call it. There's probably a word for it when you have a board. And you know what Pinterest is? Yeah. See? Yeah. I just threw that out there like I didn't know what it was, but I do. They have like their own private Pinterest down there on big boards where they have things pinned up. And they do things like they study architecture. They look at what buildings and architecture, and they design jewelry that goes with that look. They know the colors that are coming in before they're trending in. This coral color, the front of our spring catalog with the coral on it, the coral's just now kind of coming in strong, but Premier got it before it did. So they've been able to kind of hit the trends before the trends come in. So, in my opinion, our jewelry is better than it has ever been. And they're going to clean up that catalog and get too many pieces, it's too crowded. You know, I think, but in order to do that, we've got to retire some and not bring as many in. Now, I'm just scooping you that I think it's going to be less pieces come in, but I could be wrong, but just punch me if I am. Okay, that brings me to my next point. You want to go to Raleigh. I don't know how many of you have registered, or how many of you are thinking of registering, or how many of you are thinking of not registering. And I know it happens every year, because I'll go and I'll say, who's going to Raleigh? You know, some people raise their hand, some people don't. And I tell people, would you be shocked if I said, I'm not going this year? I'm out of there, I'm not going. It's not really an option, and it never has been for me. For the last 20 years that I've done Premier, even when I was just a jeweler, just a designer, and we had Raleigh twice a year, out of town, and I had little kids. Because somebody told me very early on in my Premier career to never miss a rally. And you think you can miss them, but you can't, because you can't get what we get at that rally anywhere else. I think the rally will be smaller this year. They got it down in that room to not be hot anymore. You get a very big discount on that jewelry when you go to Raleigh. There is something that I've been training on, and I'm calling Love It. I'm calling it Love It, Learn It, Live It. Love it, learn it, live it. And that's going to be the theme tonight for my training, is love it, learn it, live it. We had the pleasure tonight of meeting several new people. And I want all of you with notepads and with the little thing, I want you to write down right now. I want you to think about why you love Premier. And I want you to write it down, because why do you love Premier? I want you to write that down. Just think about it and write it down. Why do you love it? Everybody's going to have a little something different. But guess what we're going to do tonight? We're going to focus on that. What floats your boat, and what makes you love a business like this? When you were new, when I was new, I know some of you are new. I think most people, when they come in, a lot of times they love it. They're excited. They wouldn't even sign up in it if they didn't just love it. They love what they've heard. They know they're going to love it. They know they're going to be great. And then there's other people that come in, and I brought them in, and they're worried. They're concerned. Can I do this? Will I be good at this? I don't want to get in something I'm not going to be successful in. I'm scared. And that's okay too. But one thing that I find that they love is they love the person that brought them in. Usually they don't come in unless they love the person that brought them in. The person that shared this business with them. Oh, it's so cute. Everybody they love the person that brought them in. And that is part of our culture in our company. Taking care of each other and providing and serving one another is part of what we learn in this company. And those of us that have been in a long time, we were what they call hornerized. Because we had Annie and Joan, and they hornerized us. They taught us to serve, expect nothing in return, and to take care of each other, and to do our shows and help our hostesses and do things that nobody else was going to do for us. And I bet you, on some of your lists out there, you've got down why you love it is that you love helping people. Some of you probably have, I love helping people, I love giving free jewelry away, I love the jewelry, and I love to see other people succeed and make it in a business like this. Where else can you go and get a job like this and be able to do that? Seriously, where can you do that? You guys, sometimes I don't know if we realize what we have. Last week, I went to it was like a fundraiser thing. It was called Books and Boutiques. And it was a fundraiser for a hospital, for the cancer center in the hospital. It was an auction type deal. And Tom and I both went and we sat at these round tables and they had a lunch and a speaker. And man, we just looked at each other and went, they were so quiet and nobody won a prize correctly. And nobody clapped, and they did a fashion show and the models were real stiff and nobody clapped. And I go, wow, this is really how most people are. They don't come to things with clackers and jumping up and down and getting milk duds and hot tamales. And they don't have any fun. They don't have any fun. And in Premier, we have fun, right? And we make a living doing it. So I want you to tap into what you love about Premier. And then what happens, just like in life, you have your little baby and you love your little baby. And then you got to teach them. They got to learn. And that's the second part of this. You've got to learn this business. A lot of it is not natural for all of us to do. We have great training in Premier, and you're here tonight, and yahoo that you're here.